Rural Americans deserve access to the best of what our nation has to offer, especially health care. Across every state and every community, America's rural hospitals are the first line of defense, protecting our families, neighbors, and loved ones. No matter where you live, hospital care doesn't clock out. They're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Each year, America's over 5,000 hospitals care for millions of patients, providing 24/7 emergency care, delivering babies, cancer treatments, and other life-saving care that patients rely on. Behind every one of those patients are doctors, nurses, and caregivers working tirelessly to keep people healthy and safe. Hospitals are our community's lifelines. They employ our neighbors and keep our families healthy. But now, some in Congress are threatening access to care. Tell Congress, protect patient care to keep America strong. Don't cut rural health care.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And we are back here on Katz and Cosby. So, boy, everybody talking about the big State of the Union address tonight, happening in 3.5 hours. So it is going to be a big one with President Trump. What does he need to say, especially to keep the House and Senate in GOP hands? Well, joining us now is former RNC co-chair Michael Whatley, also running in the big race there for Senate in North Carolina. And Michael, it's so great to have you back here with me and John and Judge Weinberg. First of all, what do you think the president's going to say tonight? This is a big one. I mean, everybody around the globe is going to be watching.
Yeah, I think what he's going to do is he's going to draw the connection between the actions that his administration and Congress have taken to rebuild our economy, to restore our borders and keep our communities safe, and to make sure that our men and women in uniform have what they need to protect our interests and allies around the world, is translating into real world impacts for American families. You know, when we talk about the tax cuts and, you know, the middle class tax cuts being extended, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, it's a great soundbite. But now you've got people who are filing their taxes and getting bigger returns than ever. The real world impact only happens because Congress passed that bill when the president pushed him to do it. When he said he was going to secure that border, and he did secure that border, well, now we have, you know, drugs are being taken off the street. Criminals are being taken off the street. Our communities are safer because of what President Trump has done. He needs to connect those dots and make sure that people understand that President Biden left America in a ditch, and Donald Trump is getting us out.
Michael Whatley, I think a lot of common sense Americans read, let's take the Wall Street Journal. All the Democrats that don't show up intentionally for the speech tonight.
For the State of the Union.
For the State of the Union tonight. We should take a page in the Wall Street Journal and put their names on it. So let all the common sense business people know who didn't show up.
And by the way, guys, I just saw a list. It's over 70 now are not coming. I mean, at first it was like a dozen. Now it's over 70.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. And it shows that they have no respect for, you know, the decorum. They're not about bipartisanship. They have zero interest in working across the aisle, trying to find agreement with President Trump on any of his common sense agenda. The only agenda that the Democrats have right now is oppose Trump, and it's an opposition camp only. You know, when we think about the election cycle, they are doubling down on the same failed agenda that they ran on in 2024, that they lost on in 2024, open borders, inflationary spending, higher taxes, a weak, woke America. And the American people don't want it, but they cannot walk away from that agenda.
Judge Weinberg.
Mr. Chairman, good to talk to you again, sir. So you're in a race for the United States Senate in North Carolina. Could you please tell our audience how important your race is and why they should be supporting you in this midterm election?
We're going to have the biggest, we're going to have the hardest, we're going to have the toughest, the most expensive Senate race in the entire country. Candidly, it may be the race that determines whether we have a Republican majority or not. You know, North Carolina, we're a purple state, 30% Republican, 30% Democrat, 40% unaffiliated, which is our version of independence. Every race in North Carolina is tough. This is going to be the toughest. But, you know, North Carolina needs a conservative champion, and President Trump needs an ally in the Senate That's what I'm going to bring to the Senate.
And independents need a common sense person that has common sense.
And your opponent.
Absolutely no question about it. When you think about how do you win in North Carolina as a Republican, you listen to the voters, you understand the issues that they care about, and you put solutions on the table. It is common sense.
And your opponent, the former governor, was a failed governor who hurt the state of North Carolina.
Yeah, far outside the mainstream. You know, this is a guy who really truly is a member of the woke mob, and he is somebody who auditioned very hard for a position in the Biden administration, took a number of stances that are way outside the mainstream of North Carolina. You look at what Abigail Spanberger is doing in Virginia. That's what Roy Cooper did as our governor twice.
Yeah, and so much of the stuff all I think about, Michael, too, is that poor woman. Remember the woman on the bus who was stabbed, and some of the policies that you could say the governor with the revolving door of justice that happened in the state, which is why they need somebody who's going to protect the citizens there.
Yeah, ultimately, you think about it, Roy Cooper let DeCarlos Brown Jr. out of jail, and he let, over 4,000 other criminals out of jail because he was concerned that they were going to get COVID, and we're just now starting to find out, who all these people were that he released. Over half of them went on to commit another violent crime and get arrested again. So, it is absolutely appalling that Roy Cooper, the most pro-crime governor in the history of North Carolina, we don't need to elevate that to the Senate.
Michael Whatley, give us your website. You're running for the United States Senate. Give us your website so people, if they want to contribute, they know where to go to.
MichaelWhatley.com.
MichaelWhatley.com. Thank you so much for coming on. This important Tuesday night, and we'll catch up with you again real soon.
It's great to be with you guys. Take care.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.